I finally figured out how to stop my PC from crashing while playing City Skylines 2. At least it hasn't crashed yet in the past 30 minutes or so since I've been running it. Now, in previous episodes, we've been playing on the city of Newville, and I've been kind of learning a lot of the tricks and how to make your city thrive and honestly keep from going bankrupt. But it kind of turned into a giant mess where we weren't respecting topography at all, and it was just kind of a giant cluster. So we're going to start with a brand new city. It's the city of Newville. I know, very creative. And we're going to start on a new project. Now, this project isn't going to be our official first City Skylines 2 city. It's going to be more of me learning the game. See if we can continue learning the game and continue exploring what City Skylines 2 can offer without my PC crashing. Hopefully we can get back into making regular content for you guys like I was before. My goal is to get back to daily uploading. Apologies in advance. I've been working on a 5M server in the background, which is taking up a lot of my time, but it's been going good. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the background. I'll make an update video on that very soon. Maybe even upload some 5M content, some 5M roleplay stuff. No promises, just some thoughts in advance. Let me know what you think about maybe some 5M roleplay. Maybe start inviting some of you guys over there that maybe play some 5M roleplay stuff. So that's kind of all I have for that for now. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Captain Gridlock. Welcome back to City Skylines 2 and to the channel. I say we already have a 4-way road, which is already a massive improvement from what we had before. Last time we just had a 2-lane road that went all the way through our city, and it never really worked out very well. So I'm glad we have a 4-way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, we'll keep this easy. We'll go forward a kilometer. Is there like an exact kilometer you can do? Okay, it's like almost. Maybe about right there. Keep it 180 degrees. And then we're just going to build a basic grid to get us started. And I think that'll be just a good way to go. We have electricity coming in from this side, so that's a good place to start some... That's a good place to start some like maybe electrical stuff and things like that. Let me see. Where's the wind coming from so we know where wind is? So wind is blowing this way. So it looks like our industrial has to remain on this side. Yeah, it has to remain a bit on this side, so to push that over there. Looking at this map, I've never played this map. This is the San Francisco map. I haven't really played with it, but I'm excited to play with it. Looks like the wind is blowing that way, so we're going to keep our industry on this side. We have the train tracks right there, so it's kind of not a bad thing to keep it over here anyway. So we'll keep our residential on this side of this road. Industry will go on this side here. Keep pollution away. And we're going to grab a basic grid. We're going to grab the zoning, the grid tool. And we're going to build out a basic grid. Not going to be anything crazy, but it's going to be enough to get us started. And hopefully it's sufficient, I guess to say the least. So we'll go... Is there a way to like measure this out correctly? So it looks like we're around here. That's 272 meters, but then it goes to 480. Which is it? Hopefully they refine these tools a little bit more. I say that's 500. And then, okay, so there we go. Now I can kind of measure it. I'm going to go about... $20,000. That's overlapping. How do you actually build these? Is that building an automatic bridge? Why is that doing that? Like if I place this, what does that do? I can't even place that. So hopefully some of you can let me know how this stuff works. I don't exactly know how these grid tools work. I know somebody mentioned it in a previous video about using those to build out quicker grids and stuff like that, but I just don't know how they work. And that's just kind of part of the problem, is I don't know how they work. So I'm struggling with it. So I'm going to back it up a little bit. And it seems to me, maybe if we grab a regular road. Yeah, we'll grab a regular 2-lane road. How do we line this up to the middle? I think it's snap to guidelines turns off. No, we need snap to set of building. We don't need that on, that's for sure. We need snapping on. We just don't need that snapping. Okay, so that just turns that off. Okay, I guess that's fair. So if we turn that off, there we go. And connect to here. And if we have our grid tool, we can go to the 500 meters that I wanted to go originally and see what we can do with that. So if I go to there, I drag this up. How does this work? So if I take this to 500 meters like I want, do I just... gonna be a lot of playing with new tools, if I'm being honest. It's using tools that I didn't even use in the last playthrough. I guess not a playthrough, but the last couple episodes is just me learning kind of the tools and seeing how this all works. So that's about 500 meters. It's not perfect, but not gonna sit there all day. The grid's already messed up, so I was hoping for perfect grids, but it didn't do it. I'm not gonna worry about it though. That's okay. So we do need a transformer station to grid the electricity from this to our city. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build a road. We're going to build a road. There we go. If English will cooperate with me today. We'll put this straight out, 90 degrees. And, oh, not grid tool. Let's turn that off. Get our straight road tool back. Go straight to there. And then we're gonna get a grid station. Correction, sorry, a transformer station. And then we're gonna connect with here. What's overlapping there? Is it because of... Ah. Okay, it's my fault. Let me grab this. We're going to move this building. We'll move it to... Oh, what if we put it across the street? Yeah, we'll put it across the street. We'll go into our electric section. Electricity section. We'll get our poles. Aren't these supposed to connect? How does this connect? Ah, okay. That connects to there. This connects to here? Maybe I'm not understanding this. Oh, duh. So I think what I did last time, I don't remember how I did this. I did page down, no underneath, and bam, connection. Okay. Look at me. I already figured how to use these tools, and I was just playing 3 episodes of this before. So we got that. Now we need a bit of water. We don't have any water coming into our city. How much does this cost? $10,000 a month. This costs $30,000 a month. Why would you buy the water tower over the pumping station? Wouldn't you rather get the pumping station? Looks like right here might be a spot where we can keep our pollution. I know that sounds weird to say, but might come in handy. How do you get the water? Oh, we don't have any freshwater deposits here, do we? No, we don't. Wow, okay, we don't have any fresh water here. So what we're gonna do is we need to build bit of water gathering, but we also got to deal with our sewage at the same time. Looks like everything is coming in here. So if we place our sewage pump, say here, what I guess in theory it should do is it should keep all of this pollution coming out of this pipe in this area, and it won't cause a giant issue with our water system. So that's my hope for it. Of course, there's no guarantee for any of that. I'm just assuming. So, okay. Yeah, looking over at my GPU, before it was running at like 97%. I run a 24 gigabyte 3090, so 97% does not make sense for a 3090, in my opinion. But I'm glad it stabilized a bit, and I'm glad it's able to go down. It's at 53% right now, so I could probably increase my graphics here soon. What I had to do is I went into NVIDIA control panel actually, and I limited my FPS to 45 frames per second. You see the top left of my screen here, you can see that it's about 45 FPS, and it seems to have controlled all the bottlenecking that my GPU is having. It may solve the issue for you. I hope it does, but it worked for me. So I guess I offer that piece of advice there, and hopefully it provides you guys with a bit of hopefully a fix, because I know how frustrating it can be. I've been frustrated the past week. How do you move this stuff? I've been frustrated the past week over all of these issues. So I'm hoping this provides a bit of, ease of access for you guys. So I'm trying to figure out how to upgrade these roads. If I do this, okay, so that goes there, and then I get my, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. It's a little bit off-centered, but it's okay. I can live with that. I just don't know how to move roads. Is there a way to move roads back? That's underground. If you know how to move roads, let me know, because I'm not exactly sure how to mess with these roads. So hopefully you guys can provide some insight. We're going to go back to our water. We need to connect a road from our water pipes all the way to our city. So what we need to do, not water pipes, we need a road to our water pumping station. I'm going to grab a straight road, and I go from the middle, drag this all the way say about there. And then we're going to get a simple curve. And we're going to connect this. And just like that, connection's not too bad. And we get that connection that we need. And electricity flows there too. And now we're producing water. We're also getting electricity from over here. So we're in a good position to kind of keep going. We also have sewage coming out. And we're at the point where we can start to zone. So that's what I'm going to do. What did I just see there? Is this the groundwater deposit? That's the groundwater deposit. Okay. We have this and this too. So if I mess up water here, people start getting sick, we can start using some of these to keep water, and that'll save us. So we have the game rolling on slow mode. My goal is to keep from having to speed up the game too much. It seems to lag my game a bit more if I speed it up too much. So we're going to try not to. Obviously, we're going to have to for some points. If not, we're going to sit here just staring at things growing forever. So, we definitely don't want that. So I already messed up zoning up. Can I go in here and just delete these buildings? I think if you hold, you can just delete more, right? Hold. There it goes. So back in here, we're going to get some commercial. And I say we're going to strip this, we're going to zone this entire strip right here with this commercial. And this will hopefully deal with all of our commercial demands. And hopefully our residential demand gets handled there too. We're getting some industry demand immediately. So it's something we need to start looking at pretty much straight, almost at the beginning. And we don't have specialized industry yet. Once we get to milestone 3, we can get like our farms and all these forestry stuff going. But as of now, we don't have anything. For forestry, we're probably going to end up over here just because there's a lot of trees. There's not really much else to do over here. We'll see. Do we have any farmland? Can I look at... Oh. I can't even look at my resources and stuff yet. I don't think I can. No. Where is it? Okay, we got it to milestone 3. Milestone 3, we'll be able to look at stuff. For now, we'll just play blind. We're already going up a hill, which isn't what I wanted to do, but it's kind of how it's going to work. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just continue a bit of grid here. I want to keep expanding before we get behind. I have a tendency to get behind on a lot of the stuff that I do. I'm going to try to stay ahead of it. So it looks like if we connect to here, what if we do another 500 meters like I did before? Look at that 90-degree snap. I hope to make that snapping tool a little bit... I hope the snap is a bit stronger. It feels very weak right now. So how would you connect that to there? Right? They're overlapping, but how do you get that to connect there? So that's not even lined up. So this has to connect, say there, maybe? Maybe if that's connected there and I go like this. Was that 90 degrees? That is 90 degrees. Okay, so what if we go something like this? But that already doesn't want to give me what I want it to do. Okay, that's going to be connected to there. How do you get the grid sizes the same? Like, if I go this way, what is that? Like 496 meters, maybe? If I go back here, 496 meters, would this give me the same size grids? They look about the same. I don't think they're the same, but they look the same. So maybe that's what counts? Maybe, I don't know. So let's see, what if we place over? No, that's not how that works. So I'm trying to figure out snap twos. What if we turn off snap to existing geometry? Would that give me the freedom that I'm looking for? No, it keeps snap into that anyway. So what if we turn off snap to guidelines? Can we build that out now? No, again with the overlapping items. So I'm not sure exactly how these grid tools work. Maybe they don't work how I'm trying to use them. That could be a fair point too. And I could be just completely misusing them, which is, my fault and not the game's. And I can stop blaming the game for it. But I definitely want to know if I'm doing it wrong. So let me know if you have some advice on how to use these tools. I'm clearly not the most versed on it. So we're going to keep building this grid out. And I connect here to there, and then that to the main strip. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to grab this road. We're going to go 90 degrees. Once we get to that guideline, we're going to snap there, connect there. I don't like how that ended up curving that way. How do we turn off that curve? Like if I go from here to there, that kind of turns it off and goes 90 degrees. Perfect. So now we got a bunch more area to zone. The thing we learned last time in the original Newville is if you don't leave a lot of room for residential, you kind of end up hurting yourself because, well, there's not a lot of room to grow. So you really got to be mindful of how you use your land, and make sure you're on top of it, and make sure you have enough room for your residential. And it's kind of an important key, which I failed to do so last time. So hopefully this time we do a little bit better. That's a decent enough grid. It's not perfect, but it's enough for now. We're gonna go again. We're gonna just grid all of this as residential, and we'll do this too. And then we're going to get a more commercial. They might not. Looks like they already not zoning up here. Why aren't they zoning down on the main? Can they not? Can they not zone on main streets? Actually, that's a good thing. I'll unzone on that main street as best as I can. Try to avoid anything from building there. For now, I'll just keep it all on the, I guess, the inside streets, if you'd call it that way. And I think that will allow it to. Got our first milestone, got 3 tiles, got a progression point, and $600,000. That's perfect. We're not going to touch it yet. We're going to probably save that until next episode. And we'll hopefully start looking into our bit of our industrial stuff. We can also start looking into, I believe we unlocked like a small coal power plant. We produce our own coal, maybe. Yeah, that's $70,000 a month. How much are we spending on like bringing in electricity? Is there a way to sec? We can't even check that. Okay. We're not going to place that yet, but eventually we'll get our own power production and all that good stuff. So we're going to be in a good position to do all of that anyway. But it's something to just keep an eye on. Looks like we can start looking at basic healthcare, which is great. These things are very expensive. If you're going with a clinic, you might want to cut the budget down like to the bottom, or even just avoid them altogether until you're like making an okay amount of money, or any amount of money. Because at first, you're just going to be going broke. That's what happened with me. The first time I placed down any of that, I was just losing $6,000 per hour. It was a bit of a mess. So just be mindful when you place this kind of stuff. If we place, okay, how's our sewage going here? Is that actually gonna get stuck there, or is this gonna flow into? I don't think it's gonna flow this way. So if we look at our water and we look at this, looks like it's being pushed this way. So there's no way the water would actually come this way. Oh, we unlocked the mansion. The mansion's pretty cool. Where is that? I forget where they put it. Is it in here? There it is. Rock musician mansion. I like placing this almost immediately. I think it looks cool. I treat it as like this guy just invested into our city or something, you know? Maybe. I don't know. I guess it's part of the lore of the city I'm trying to build. Nothing crazy. We're already not respecting the topography. We're just gridding all over the place. And and it's going to end up for some wonky looking grids, but I'm okay with it for now. Now we're getting some medium residential demand because we unlocked it. Now with medium residential, what I want to do, obviously these are the row houses that we have unlocked. So where can we put these without them looking weird? I guess putting them on the main drag wouldn't be the worst. So if I go something like this, keep it off of the corners. If you zone the corners, you're going to put yourself in a world of hurt where your buildings are growing in on the wrong roads that you don't want them to grow on. So I want them to grow on this main road. So I'm going to leave those spots blank so they can't zone on those blocks. And it allows me the privilege of being able to place it manually. And once they place in there, I'm able to go back in there, rezone it, and then they can continue building. So right there, we'd have a building here. We can zone here. We got a building there. We can zone there. We can zone here. And it looks like that's it for now. But we'll keep an eye on it and we'll continue our zoning. Looks like our low residential demand is already coming back up. Commercial demand is going up. So it's a lot of stuff we got to do. Happiness isn't the best. Happiness is going down. Why is it going down? We got unreliable healthcare coverage. Makes sense. I'd be upset too. Look at that. You look at Chirper, people are complaining about it. We're also not producing electricity, so it's starting to complain about that. But I think we're in a good position to leave this episode here and come back next time and see what kind of things we can work on. I know it's a bit of a shorter episode, but I got some things to take care of, unfortunately. So we'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, and thank you for watching. Make sure to smash the like button, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. And as always, bye-bye.